Today I'm going to discuss about the Imagist movement, which is the most important movement of the English literature. Imaginism was a subgenre of the modernism concerned with the creating clear imaginary with a sharp language. This essential idea was to recreate the physical experience of an object through words. As with all the modernism, Imaginism implicitly rejected Victorian poetry, which trended towards narrative. So basically, the Imaginism was a subgenre of the modernism. Concerned with the creating clear imagery with a sharp language, the essential idea was to recreate the physical experience of an object through words. As with all the modernism, Imaginists implicitly rejected Victorian poetry, which trended towards the narrative. So here we have some questions about the modernism. Who is considered to be the founder of the Imaginism era? Ezra Pound. Ezra Pound. What is the Ezra Pound most notable poem in a station of metro? In a station of metro. Finish these chords composed in the sequence of the music phrase and not in the sequence of the metronomal. Finish these chords composed in the sequence of the music phrase, not in the sequence of the metronomal. Imagist Imagist poet were often critics and editors of each other's works too. Imagist poets were often critics and editors of each other's works too. F.S. Flint abandoned the Imaginist movement and was committed to a mental institution. False. F.S. Flint abandoned the Imagination movement and was committed to a mental institution. False. So, what two Imagist writers were married? Richard Ellington and S.D. What two Imagist writers were married? Richard Ellington and S.D. The Imagist manifesto embarrassed the use of the description language and abstract ideas. False. The name of the Imagist first appeared on the William Carroll's William books. False. The Imagists often disagreed on the styles of writing and what the term Imaginism actually defined. True. What is the free verse? An image is a visual picture like the snapshot or the photograph. Creating visual imaginary is a powerful way to compose a poem, bring it into life and recreating an experience, communicating in the way that entertain. So these are the most important questions related to the Imaginist movement. So how lots of things happening in the imagination in the Imagist movement. Imagination basically a subgenre of the modernism concerned with the creating clear imagery with a sharp language. The essential idea was to recreate the physical experience of an object through words. So basically, the essential idea was to recreate the physical experience of the object through words. Is called the Imaginism. As with all the modernism, Imaginism implicitly rejected Victorian poetries, which tended towards the narrative. Hmm. So these are the most important points of the Imaginism. So here we have some questions which is very important. Here I am going to recall them in order to make you understand in a very well manner. Who considered to be a founder of Imaginism? Ezra Pound. What is the Ezra Pound most notable poem in the station of metro? Composed in the sequence of the music phrase, not in the sequence of the metronome. Imaginist poetry were often critic and the editor of each other work too. F.S. Flint's abandoned the Imagist movement was committed to a mental institution. False. What two Imagist writers were married? Richard Ellington and S.D. The Imagist manifesto embarrassed the use of the descriptive language and abstract idea. False. The name of the Imagist first appeared on the William Carroll's William books. false. The Imagists often disagree on the styles of writing and what the term Imaginist actually define true. What is the free verse? An image is a visual picture like a snapshot or photograph. Creating visual imagery is a powerful way to compose a poem, bring it to a life, recreating an experience, commuting in a way that entertains. So I hope you like this video, which is very important according to your examination point of views. Thank you so much.